So while I'm logging in here, I have this guy parked in Undercity. He is level 54. She, whatever you want to call. Um, they're at Undercity so that we can do the dailies. Now you can get some of the treats that you can buy the pets with the treats. So you need to have enough treats to buy the pets. And I thought, oh, we'll do that. We'll see how that goes. You see, every time you gather one or you pick up a candy bucket, you turn into something else. So we're going to go out here to the beginning of Undercity, and this is also one of the things you have to do, and I'll explain that when I get to that point. But you have to go to the old version of Undercity because the invasion and it messed everything up. You can't see any of these vendors or quest givers or anything else unless you go to the person who sends you back in time to before the destruction happened. And when I get out here, I'll show you where that person is. So if you come out here, you wouldn't be able to see any of this, but if you go, boy, it must be the pre-patch giving me issues here. So right in here, this area here, there's a tree and there's an NPC sitting at it that's got a chat bubble. In fact, we can go take a look at her. So you have to click on her that says send me back to the time when nothing was destroyed, something like that. I'm pretty sure it's right in this area here. Now I won't be able to find it, but she's standing next to a tree. Um, I'm not going to be able to find it. Boy, I'll tell you what, pre-patches is real. It's tomorrow. But that NPC is behind or next to one of these trees here. So you're going to have to click on her, send you back to the time before the destruction happened. Then you'll be able to go in here to Undercity and do these quests. So you have a couple of dailies. You have a couple of one times that you're going to get some candy for. And then there are some like 3 dailies you can do, but you can want to go over here to the pet vendor. I've already done this, and there are 4 pets available. Sinister Squashling is pretty worthless. I think I got one of those running Headless Horseman. The Feline Familiar, again, you can get that if you want. If you look at the regional market value, 116, but regional sale is 40,000. The Cursed Berman, I did get one of these. At the time that I got that, the buyout was 200,000 gold. The market value set at 123, but I got one of those, and I also got this. I did not get Widget the Departed because of the fact that it's so low. You can see the regional sales 20,000, but I did get Naxi. I thought Naxi was really cool. I'll show you what Naxi looks like. You can see that's a really cool pet, and its price you're looking at 100,000 right now. So if you get these and save them a couple of months down the road when Dragonflight launches, people are coming back to the game. They're going to want to get their pets that they didn't get. This is a really cool one, and it's selling over 100,000 right now while the event's going on. You could probably get the same with the Cursed Berman, but this is what you're looking for. And it takes 150 tricky treats for each one of these. Now, there's a lot of creators that say, yeah, you just do this and you can get all these pets and everything's cool. Great. Um, so what I did was I went on this character and I did Eastern Kingdoms, I did Kalimdor. As you can see, I did everything here. I did everything here. I did all of them I could in Pandaria, and I did a couple in Northrend to hit enough candies to get those 2. Now, let me explain a couple things. In Kalimdor, you have the Badlands, and maybe it's not Kalimdor. But you have Silithus is number 1. You also have to roll that back to invasion. And then there's I think it's the Badlands has another one where you have to roll back to pre-destruction, and that takes some time to go to get to that person. Um, let's see, this is Twilight Highlands. I think it's down. It's somewhere in here. Anyway, so you have to turn that one back. Another thing that I ran into was you can see I have a bucket here in Twilight Highlands. In order to get that bucket, you have to do the intro quest to Twilight Highlands, and I closed the map. So you have to have done the intro quest in order to get to that inn. I actually went to the flight master there and it wouldn't let me fly because I hadn't done that intro quest. Um, Another one that I ran into, it's over on Kalimdor. Let's look over here. Is Mount Hygel. Now you have a lot of flight paths all over this area. There's none in Mount Hygel, so I had to land here in Fellwood and fly up over into Mount Hygel and get the flight points and to be able to get the buckets. Very, very big pain. This is one of the issues that I think uh, Blizzard in general has. There's a couple of issues I was thinking about. Number one is the time it takes you to fly from A to B. I think that is a completely broken system. Just flying from Undercity, or excuse me, from Orgrimmar to Thunder Bluff, it's still 3 or 4 minutes. Okay, that's a lot of time. So if you're flying from all the way up here in Winter Spring all the way down to uh, Oldham or Silithus or any of these down here, it takes forever. Huge broken system. And I found that out because I did it. And it was kind of the same thing in Pandaria. You can see this one right here. I couldn't open it up because I haven't done the quest because this town is on fire and you have to do the quest to open that town back up. This one here is where the Hosen are. This was the very first starting area in Pandaria. If you played back then, you start out, you go through the Jade Forest, you kill a bunch of stuff, and you become friendly with the Hosen. Well, I wasn't friendly with the Hosen, so I couldn't get that. Big, big wall. Northrend, pretty much they're easy to get. I got a couple in Storm Peaks because they were the easiest to get to. I didn't have a flight path, but I still flew up to the grounds. I can't think of what it's called. The Oh my gosh, really? I flew up to the oh my God, where is it? The Argent Tournament grounds. I flew there and then flew over and got a few right in here, and I hit my 300, and I went back and bought a couple of pets. So you're going to have to decide whether that's worth your time. Now, altogether, the first day when I did Eastern Kingdom to Kalimdor, it took me about 5.5 hours of flying and going everywhere. You know, I went to Kalimdor, went to Ratchet, went over to Stranglethorn Vale, made my way up to the top, and I stopped. It had been 5.5 hours. Because I was on level 53, I was getting some XP. I want to say I was getting around 5,000 XP per bucket. But in contrast, I also went back to um, Shadowlands, picked 2 herbs, got 6,000 XP for that. So if you're doing it for the XP, you're wasting your time because you can get a lot more XP by gathering. Huge, huge advantage to having a gather, especially if you have druids. You know, if you have herbalism and mining, you can get double the XP. It's a great, great thing to have. I have several druids that I'm planning on using in Dragonflight. So you decide whether that's worth your time or not. Then you have these daily quests. This one gives you a daily quest. The first one is to use the bonfire in front of the Wicker Man, set it ablaze. And if you can see up in the top right hand corner, oh, this is pirate costume. I guess it must have expired. So let's do that real quick, and I'll show you what happens. So you click on some of these ashes, and then you come over here to the fire and you click on it and you throw the torch on there and it starts. It gives you this little mask up here where it says Grim Visage. You painted your face, you get experience increase of 10%. Now you top that with the fact that we are now in the Winds of Wisdom at 50%. That gives you 60%. Another thing that you can do is you can turn on war mode. And I've said this before, you can click on war mode, it gives you 10% more. The reason I stopped playing on a PvP server is because there are a lot of jerks out there just stand around and gank. So I don't care about that 10%. I can make that up, no problem. So the other daily that they have that she has is a time to build up, and it wants you to use to set fire to. Oh, I didn't do that, so I didn't get the quest. Let's do that real quick. You do the same exact thing in front of Stormwind. The problem that you have, I actually queued for the Headless Horseman and got sent, took the quest to go over and drop bombs on Stormwind, and you can see I got 6,200 XP just for that. Anyway, I queued for Horsemen. I went over here and got this